Okay, here we go. Let's read some of Thai-Riffic. Thai-Riffic. Here we go. Chapter 1. Flyer attack. Same, but different. It's what Thai people say when they're talking about something similar, like a fake watch or a copied DVD. It feels and looks the same, but it's not the real thing. I know how that fake watch feels. I'm a fake Aussie. I was made in Thailand. People can spot it straight away. I sound like an Aussie, but I smell like Thai food. I live in Australia, but my house is a Thai restaurant. Dad reckons it's no ordinary Thai restaurant. It's Thai-Riffic. More like Thai lame, especially with the exclamation mark. But if the name doesn't make you spew, the black and neon orange sign will. It's bright enough to be seen from space. Mum, Dad and my little brother, Kachai, are planted outside with necks raised and mouths open as if they've been zapped by an alien freeze ray. Dad waves me over. Come here, Albert. I drag myself away from the aircon and step outside to face the miserable heat. The sign's screaming at me and it's making my headache worse. Dad grins. Check this out. He flicks on a switch and a moving image appears below the sign. A smiling bald man is rubbing his round tummy. It's overkill. Kichai jumps up and tries to touch the man's bottom. It's cool. My little brother thinks everything is cool. It's all going to help our business, Dad says. We've had that old sign for 10 years. My parents have gone cashew nuts over our 10th anniversary. New sign, new menus. Why didn't they change the name? Now that would be a reason to celebrate. In primary school, people used to call me bow tie. It was an annoying joke, something I stopped laughing at in year 2. They'd bow with their hands together and say the Thai greeting, Sawadee, with a smile, and that was just the teachers. I felt like I was a walking billboard for my parents. I hope nicknames get erased when you start high school, especially ones you didn't choose. Dad pulls down his chef's hat tightly. He has an elephant's head, wide and chunky, and like an elephant, he never forgets anything. That includes the hundreds of Thai recipes and the thousands of times I've gotten in trouble. Dad sneaks a look across the road at the Wok and Roll Chinese restaurant. It still has grand opening painted on the window, even though it's been opened for a month. He spies on them through our front window. I wish it was an Italian pizzeria or a hamburger place. Then I'd be the one drooling between the blinds. Kichai sticks his tongue out. Take that, suck and roll. It shouldn't matter, Mum says. We're Thai and they're Chinese. No worries. Yes, worries, Dad says. They're a nice new restaurant with a nice new flyer. He's stuck theirs up on our fridge so he can throw magnetic darts at it. Dad puffs out his chest. Now we have new flyers and menus, and they look much better. We'll let Fairfield know Thai-Riffic is still number 1. We sure are, I say. We're on top of the list of silly restaurant names. Wok and Roll is a close second. Who's going to deliver the flyers, Mum says. Albert and Kachai. Of course. Dad grabs me as I attempt to disappear. We'll save on delivery costs. I'm not doing it for free, I say. Do we look like slaves? Mum wipes her sweaty hands on her apron that looks like a kindy painting of a green spotty butterfly. She's been chopping and dicing vegetables all afternoon. You already get pocket money. That's different. $10 a week is not enough anyway. It gets eaten up with chips and lollies. Kichai gets his tongue waggling out, claps his hands. Come on, it'll be fun like a game. I'm so glad we won't be at the same school anymore, Dad laughs. Okay, $10. $50. What? He slaps my back. Are you crazy? You're right, I say. Make it $100. $25, Dad says. Help me, Mum, I moan. You're good at haggling. $20, Mum says. That's not a good deal, I yell. It is for me. $25, Dad grins. Deal or no deal? I make a sound like a ticking clock. $28.75. What? Dad says. Do you want to round it up to $29? Okay. You get paid when you deliver all the flyers, Dad says. I shake Dad's hand. It's just around the block, right? Dad squeezes hard. It's easy work. It's easy money. I'll be laughing all the way to my piggy bank. Mum rolls up her sleeve and glances at her watch. Come on, time to get ready. She steps back inside. Tables, boys, knives, forks, and menus, I know. I wail behind her. Mum and Dad have trained us like sheepdogs. We live above the restaurant so they can just holler from downstairs for help. We have to serve and clean up when the times are really busy. Luckily, it never gets packed nowadays. Dad taps me on the shoulder. Don't forget to use our new menus. Yeah. The new menus are in their box, beside Granddad's shrine on the counter. Mum says he's blessed them for good luck. The menus are thicker than 10 of our old ones. Each one is covered in smooth, soft leather, with life's Thai-Riffic emblazoned across it in gold writing. Dad's really splashed out for these. The first 2 pages are a history of Thai-Riffic. I let out a massive yawn. People are here to eat, not to read a story. I skip the text and peer at a large photo at the bottom of the page. I've never seen this one before. It's a picture of Thai-Riffic with our own grand opening banner hanging off the sign. Dad's goofy grin hasn't changed. Mum looks younger when her hair's not tied up, showing more of her shiny platter face. Sandwiched between my parents is a little kid bowing in his nappies. His buggy eyes almost pop out like it's 3D. Oh my Buddha, it's me. I squirm around with embarrassment. The photo belongs in a box marked UFO, unbelievable family objects. Do not open. Maybe no one will realise. Ha, you look so funny, Kachai says. I can't believe Dad made you do that. I couldn't speak back then. I would have said no. I run and slide into the kitchen, clutching the menus. Mum! She's near the freezer, labelling plastic containers. Why am I in the menu? I say. Because you're special, Mum says. Tonight's special served with tropical fried rice. She swallows hard, her laugh, scribbling some Thai on a container. That's a cute idea. Dad's standing in front of the sink and lets the water run over a wok. Thai-Riffic is more than a restaurant. It's a story. It's a horror movie, I say. You have to get rid of those menus. But you'll be famous. Your friends will love it. I won't have any if they see this, I say. Dad switches on the CD player and Thai music blasts from the speakers. He waves his hands around as he preheats the stove. Mum starts tapping with a drum beat as a knife bounces around on the table. I'm surprised there haven't been any accidents. Are Mum and Dad training for Dancing with the Stars? The Scars? They're a cooking and dancing disaster waiting to happen. Dad turns the volume down. Better get dressed, he says to Mum. They swap roles every night. It's her turn to play waitress tonight. Mum brushes spices from her apron and takes it off. There's a better photo of you on the flyer, she whispers. The flyer? I escape from the kitchen and run to the counter. There's a stack of flyers near the toothpicks. I'm older in this photo. It's from last year's Harmony Day celebrations at school. I'm bowing in my traditional Thai costume. Underneath my blue jacket is a Life's Thai-Riffic t-shirt. I'll be handing out these flyers with my face and address on them. They're a permission note to tease me for my life. Why can't I be the same as everyone else? It's the last Saturday before I start high school. Before I even step through the gates, every kid will know who I am. I bet my nickname will be something like Flat Tie or Bam Sock Pow. Albert, come down here now, Mum shrieks. I slide downstairs. There's an army of flyers, tall towers of them lined up like soldiers across the counter. My jaw drops. You could fit a whole mango in my mouth. Right now, How many are there? 20,000. Make that 2 mangoes. The rest are in the box, Mum says. We've got a great discount if we bought 50,000. Dad! I run out to the garden and find Dad carefully watering his new chili plants. We have enough flyers to do Fairfield 10 times. We need to reach out further for new customers, he says. From where? Melbourne, I say. Why not order 100,000 so we can reach people in Thailand too? Don't worry, he says, inspecting the tiny leaves of his precious plants. You don't have to deliver them all. Really? Yes, I've already put all yours out on the dining table. This is just great. Dad will get new customers, I'll get new nicknames. Kachai's piling flyers into a green bag. This will be easy, he says. 2 people are better than 1. More like 1.5. You're also wearing this today. Mum waves a bright red t-shirt with Life's Thai-Riffic in gold writing across the chest. They gave us these for the good price with the flyers. This is like wearing school uniform on the weekend. I headbutt the shirt like an angry bull. I'll wear it for an extra $10. It's an embarrassment tax. Mum sighs. Only if you keep it clean. The shirt drops down over my shorts. I think I've got Dad's shirt. Don't worry, you'll grow into it. Mum jams a red Thai-Riffic cap on my head. Keep that on. It's windy today. There's sunshine slicing through the kitchen's curtains. What a perfect day to play video games. I wonder if I can pay Kachai $2 and let him do all the work. Do the whole thing. By the time I get ready, the bag is full of flyers. So there's 20,000 in here. Just 10,000, Mum mutters. You can do the rest next week. Ah! I meet Dad at the front. He hands me a photocopied page of a street directory with a highlighted route. The streets all look like spaghetti. Walk down Meadow Road and do all these little streets from Honeydew Street, he says, and I'll know if you've done your job. Oh. Are you going to follow us? I say. He turns the flyer around and points to the bottom. Bring in our flyer for a 20% discount. I roll my eyes. We start with our own street. I hand out the flyers to Kachai and he flicks them into letterboxes. I'm already sick of seeing my own face on the flyer, so I check out the letterboxes. I've never really noticed them before. Most of them look like Ned Kelly's tin head on a stick, but there are a few weird ones. At 3 Honeydew Street, around the corner, the letterbox is completely OTT. It's a perfect model of their double-storey mansion with a slot in the roof for letters. Thank goodness they didn't include the 4 garages as well. Rays of sunshine bounce off the gold-plated number 3. Kachai holds his flyer out like a sword, ready to stab it into the slot, but he stops mid-air. What's wrong? I say. It can't be full. He traces his finger over the large brass plate next to the slot. No junk mail. We can't put this in. Trust me, we're not junk food, I say. That's stuff like Macca's and KFC. Just saying those words makes my stomach rumble. Maybe we could take a detour to the takeaway shop. What if something happens? Kachai trembles. Like what? An alarm goes off, he howls. Or the letterbox spits it back out. Or it transforms into a flamethrower and shoots us. That's so stupid, I say. Do you see any alarms? We move on to the next house, but there's a no junk mail sticker in its letterbox too. Kachai hides behind me. You wuss, watch this. My flyer flaps in the breeze as it creeps closer to the slot. What's the worst thing could happen? The letterbox explodes? A guard dog is let loose and eats my hand? Or we get attacked by a tribe of garden gnomes? The flyer wilts under my sweaty fingerprints. I pull it back. Come on, they can't all have these stickers. But Honeydew Street is on a junk mail free diet. They're not so sweet after all. I want to sneak the flyers into their letterboxes anyway, but everyone's out on their front lawns. There's a kid and his dad washing a yellow sports car on the driveway. The kid watches me and I'm burning up. It's like he has a magnifying glass on my face. What have you got there? He's wearing a blue soccer jersey with an Italian flag necklace. His letterbox has a red sticker. I back away. It's just a flyer, but don't worry about it. He drops the sponge into a bucket and dries his hand with his jersey. That's okay, just give me a look. I hand him the flyer, menu side up, with my face down. He scans the menu. Where are you from? Fairfield, I say. He shakes his head. No, where are you from? Oh, I see what he means. I live on Meadow Road near the train station. Are you going to Marsden Park High? His dad comes round the corner of the car. It's not going to wash itself, Angelo. Angelo gives the fly to his dad and picks up the sponge. I'll see you there. Kachai and I wave back and sail away with a breeze. Kachai whispers, is he your friend? I have no idea. Kachai points to the apartments. Look, no red stickers. We've hit the jackpot. The brick wall has 44 letterboxes and they're all stuffed with rolls of shopping catalogues. But each letterbox is just wide enough for a piece of toast. They're too full. I play tug-of-war with the catalogue. We'll have to take these out and pop ours in. Oi! A red-headed kid charges at us on his BMX. He has so many freckles that I'm trying hard not to connect them up in my mind. Attached to his bike is a basket full of shopping catalogues. I was here first, he booms. We'll put them back in for you afterwards, Kachai whines. It took forever for me to chip this off. He pulls out something that looked like a metal ruler. It says, no junk mail in bold red writing. He glances down at our shirts and a half smile creeps across his face. Did your mum dress you? She got a discount, Kachai says. Shut up, I smack the back of his shaved neck. The kid nearly falls off his bike laughing. Pathetic. He holds up a roll like it's a sword. Touch my stuff again and you're dead. I think about it. Death wouldn't be a bad thing at this moment. He grunts and rides off. We head the other way, following Dad's highlighter on the map, and find ourselves in another red sticker zone. How do these people live? How do they know what's on special at their local supermarket? Will they ever know that Barilla's Pizza has a new 17 meat pizza? I bet they don't know even that there are 17 types of meat. Let's take a break. We plant ourselves in the shade of a towering tree. Dogs and kids on scooters whiz by on the footpath. I slide the strap off my shoulder with a sigh. Let's toss these away somewhere. Kachai covers his mouth as if I swore. What if Dad finds out? How would he know? I say. We could find one of those massive skip bins, or we could make a hole in the park garden and dump them in. What if a doggy digs one up and the owner shows Dad a dirty flyer? Then they'll both get 20% off. Hey, Bowtie! It's Kate and Haley from my old Year 6 class. That nickname still hurts, like a splinter caught under a fingernail. Kate's pushing a pram with a funny-looking baby. It turns out to be a cardboard box. She smiles at us. Enjoying the holidays? I cross my arms, trying to cover up the writing on my shirt. Yep, it's all right. Haley butts in. How's Sin and Danny? Don't know. Danny has moved to Melbourne and I hardly see him on MSN anymore. Sin's in Vietnam for the holidays. I won't see him anyway when he comes back. He's going to some fancy selective school. Don't think we were ever that close anyway, not like Kate and Haley. Kate tilts her hat towards Kachai. You doing the flyer run too? He slips a flyer between her fingers before I can stop him. Kate and Haley study the flyer with their prints all over my photo. All I can hear are cicadas humming, piercing my ears. I begin to heat up. Kate just shrugs. My parents forced me to hand these out too, she says. If Hey wasn't here, I would go mental. At least your mum didn't make you wear daggy clothes, I say. Kate lifts her hair to reveal a pink headband with Molly's Jazzercise on it. My mum runs classes where you exercise to jazz music. She jams a flyer in a red letterbox. No junk mail, Kachai gasps. Haley rolls her eyes at him. There's nothing junky about jazzercise. Exercise is good for you, Kate says. I'm doing these people a favour. Sounds like fun, Kachai says. First class is free. Come check it out. Do you have rocker size, I say, or maybe rapper size? Kate pushes on the pram and laughs. Catch you at school, Bowtie. I quickly slip a flyer through the same letterbox. We're doing them a favour too. Nothing junky about Thai-Riffic, Kachai says. We turn our hands into mini cannons, shooting off flyers into every letterbox with a red sticker. No alarms. No alarms go off. Our fingers don't explode. We get rid of 2 stacks when we turn down into Regente Street. Kate and Haley saved us a lot of time. Want to go to a jazzercise class? Kachai says. Look at us. The back of our shirts are soaked with sweat. We're doing flyer size. I hold out my shirt and the wind blows it out like a sail. I break out the map and trace my finger back to home. I reckon there are 100 houses down here. I weigh the bag on my arm. Then we'll do the rest tomorrow, Arvo, when it's cooler. We feed all the letterboxes down the street, weaving in and out of the smaller cul-de-sacs. The final house on the street is a rough wooden house. I reckon the front lawn hasn't seen a lawnmower for months. The water in the bird bath looks like leaf soup. A tornado would make the place look better. I hand Kachai a flyer. Hurry up, let's get out of here. Check out that gnome near the roses, Kachai whispers. It looks so real. He pops a flyer into the wooden letterbox. Can't you read? The gnome says. He slowly gets up from his knees and stumbles towards his letterbox, which is covered with stickers. A giant Hulk green neighbourhood watch sticker is surrounded by 3 red no junk mail stickers and a yellow no trespassers sticker. He pulls his gardening gloves off. Coming back again with those Chinese menus? We're Thai, Kachai says. You're all the same. He scrunches up our flyer along with Kate's pink one, chucking them into his wheelie bin. You're all ignoring my stickers. I should report you to the council or police. As if Dad didn't have enough parking fines already. Please, Mr. Roberts to you. I hold out a flyer like my cue card for a speech. Mr. Roberts to you. Thai-Riffic has healthy dishes like paw salad and vegetarian curry. It's all fresh. Great, now I'm sounding like Dad. He's always yapping on about his vegetable garden out the back and waking up at 4 a.m. every day to go to the markets. We would have chickens and a few cows too if we had the room. We're doing you a favour, Kachai nods at his inflated belly. A huge favour. Where are your manners? Mr. Roberts' beer gut blocks out the sun. He charges towards his wooden fence and grips the gate. This is pollution. It's an invasion of privacy. It's just one little flyer, I say. No flyer has made it inside my house in 3 years. Mr. Roberts hobbles up the stairs to his house, slamming the fly screen door. And it's not going to start today. We're in deep trouble, Kachai mutters. All the red sticker people will report us, like Mr. Roberts. I don't want Mum and Dad to land like flat rice noodles in hot water. Remember what Kate said? I crawl over to the fence next door. He just needs to read our flyer properly. Then he'll see what we mean, that we mean business. A good, healthy business. Kachai's shirt is drenched with sweat. He takes his cap off and uses it as a fan. But how? I've got it. I roll up a few flyers into a megaphone and march along the footpath. It's another thing Dad does outside, with his karaoke microphone. Roll up. Every dish is delicious at Thai-Riffic. Best Thai restaurant in Fairfield. Kachai bangs on his tummy like it's a drum. Best Thai restaurant in the world. Try our mussaman beef curry, I say, reading off the menu. Chunks of beef and potatoes in a mild curry. Moo, Kachai says. Mash, mash, mash. What's the mashing noise? It's the sound potatoes make. I think he's so hungry that his body is eating itself, starting with the brain. Bring in your flyer and get 20% off, I say. Or bring in 5 flyers and it's 100% off. It doesn't work like that, I wallop him with a megaphone. Your spit is on this. He scrubs his head on my shirt. Stop that or I'll stick it in your ear. Mr. Roberts pushes the door open. Are you here to say sorry? Yes, I say through my megaphone. You'll be sorry if you don't try our stir-fry prawn curry. He swats the air in front of him. Mph. Give me a steak and chips any day. Tell me about it, I say. I remember the first and only time at the bistro in Fairfield RSL. Mum and Dad got some vouchers in the mail for $5 steaks. Even Mum couldn't resist that bargain. The steaks were more than just well done. They were bloody marvellous. Do you like gravy or tomato sauce on yours? Mr. Roberts wet his lips and relaxes his shoulders. Great, he straightens up again. Never mind, like I said, scram before I call the police. We both duck down and freeze until he slams the door. He can read it himself, Kachai whispers to the grass. Let's leave it on the welcome mat. No trespassers, remember? I bet he has guard snakes in the grass. I spread the flyer out and fold the edges. We'll make paper planes and glide them to his door. Is it going to work? That's why they're called flyers. I give Kachai one. Don't worry, we have heaps. I fold back the tips of my wings. It's time for a takeoff. Cover me. How do I cover you? I don't know, it's just what they say on the TV. Our target is about 10 metres away. I launch my plane in the air. It zooms straight up and makes a splash into the birdbath soup. Duh! Kichai's plane sniffs the blades of grass before it lands on the driveway. After a few minutes, Mr. Roberts' front yard has been attacked by a swarm of paper planes. Some are tangled between roses, sunk in the bird bath and scattered on the driveway. Almost got it onto the veranda, I say. I'm still beating you by 50 points, Kichai says. 3 of mine are on his roof. I've landed 1 in all of his pot plants, a bonus 100 points for me. Take away 100 points for having 5 planes in the bird bath. He spins and releases his plane. It swirls around the bird bath and makes a perfect landing on his doormat. Yes, I win. Shh, I drag him down with me. Do you think he'll see it? If he doesn't, he'll see the other 100, I say. It's like Sydney Airport out there. Go and pick them up or we'll get in trouble. Why me? Kichai groans. Because I said so. But there are snakes out there. I'll give you $2. Cover me! Kichai hurdles over the fence and sinks into the long grass. The winds aren't helping him. He's chasing flies around like a dog after its own tail. He trips on the grass and the grass eats him up. Ah! What's this? He hauls out a rusty kid's BMX onto the footpath. There's brown newspaper rolls clogged in the wheels. Mr. Roberts wasn't kidding with the no trespassers sign. I'm sure a paperboy's skeleton isn't too far away. Let's go now! Kichai looks at the roof. How about those? Who cares? I chuck the bag over to him. It does a somersault and a giant flock of flies are swept up by a gust of wind. Mr. Roberts' place has been hit by a flyer bomb. Hold on to the bag! I throw myself over his gate and start stamping on the flies. I scoop and hurl them at Kichai. The flies are dancing around me. My own photos are mocking me. I'm chasing one that's heading toward the front door. I almost have it until I trip over the broken bike. I dive with both my arms out, trying to catch an invisible cricket ball. Crash! My red shirt is covered with splotches of dirt and grass. There goes my extra $10. Kichai drops the bag. Are you okay? Don't let go! It's too late. The green bag tips over and more flies escape, swerving around in a mini tornado. I've got an idea. I brush the tiny rocks off my leg and quickly roll out Mr. Roberts' hose. I'll wet the flies so they don't blow away, I say. We can dry them later. I aim the hose at anything made out of paper. The water turns the flies into instant spitballs. Don't just stand there, chuck them into the bag. But Mr. Roberts, the front door's still closed. No, Kichai whimpers. He points over my shoulder. I whirl around and give Mr. Roberts a shower. The water drips down his steely wool hair. He's trying to whistle, but nothing's coming out. A flyer swirls down from the roof and smacks him in the face. What in the blazes are you doing? The roses looked a bit dry. Mr. Roberts turns off the hose. You don't give up, do you? He'll give us an even bigger spray now. He stands there and puts on his glasses, staring at the flyer. Is that you? He has his thumb over my face like he's trying to rub me out. It was Dad's idea, I mutter. He starts to chuckle. It sounds like a kookaburra is tugging on his tonsils. His belly is rippling as he looks down at our shirts. He's mouthing out, life's Thai-Riffic, and smiles. I suppose you're good kids doing this for your dad? And Mum, Kichai adds. Tell you what, you boys clean this up and we'll forget the whole thing. Thank Buddha for that. I raise my hand to salute him. Yes, sir, Mr. Roberts. Call me Barry. He staggers back up the steps, through the sea of soggy flies. Maybe I'll come by and say hello sometime. We tidy up his yard and leave without making a noise. I pick up one last flyer, looking at the photo in a brand new light. Nice one, Dad.